morning.
Sunny morning.
Sunny morning. So we're currently moored in Kingston. The sun is shining. You can see, look, halo of sunshine.
On the camera it sort of looks like there's lightning rain coming out of it. It's not, it's just a reflection.
So obviously with the time of year, we're limited to where we can go at the moment.
A little bit stuck in between two locks.
Yeah.
Well, tidal Thames in a lock.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down there.
No. So so we come back down to Kingston, and today we thought we would, as rowers going past, we thought we'd show you how we get power on our boat. To start off with, obviously, when we're at the marina, we're plugged into shoreline.
Yeah, basically a big extension lead.
Yeah.
To the mains.
And then you have like a little card that you go and top up at the office.
Yeah,
like
top up our pod.
Electric meter.
Yeah, it's basically, that's exactly what it is, isn't it? If you had to go down to the post office and top up your thing, that's the same system, yeah.
You pop that in the little post, plug in your...
plug the boat in.
Yeah, little adapter thing that then plugs into your boat, and that's it. So that's really, really simple.
But then you can use everything, can't you?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. All the lights on, washing machines, tellies, everything.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it.
Microwave is one. We do have a microwave. That's one that does drain the power, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that's 800 watts, and that'll flatten the batteries, and the washing machine will destroy the batteries quite quickly. So we never use them when we're just sat around.
No. So how do we cope when we're not plugged in?
Yeah, we've been here, what now? Just 2 days?
Yeah.
2 nights we've been here, haven't we? Yeah. And the batteries are getting a little bit flat. Plus they're cold.
Yep.
Poor things.
So let's show you what we do.
So here's our shore power extension lead. That one into the post, and this one then clips up, shoves into the side of the boat, which is down this side, a little waterproof flap. So that's that bit. So all of our power goes into these batteries. So when we're plugged into the shoreline, we can use the electricity from the shoreline, but what it also does is it splits under the step, comes into here, and it charges our batteries. And we've got two, that's the engine battery, and then from there to there is one bank of batteries of 3, and then down there we've got another 3 batteries, so we've got 6 batteries that we can use. So we've got quite a bit of storage, 700 amp hours of storage, so they do last quite a long time. But what we tend to think of them of as an easier one is 6 loaves of bread. Now you're only allowed to use half a loaf out of each bag, so you can only use 50%. So every time you switch a light on, you're taking a slice of bread out and chucking it away. That's the easiest way, isn't it? But of course, once you get to 50%, that's your lot. If you go any lower, you can damage the batteries, so you have to put energy back into the batteries and top up your loaves of bread. That's the difficult bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where things get a bit tricky. One way is to start up the engine, which is right here. And I don't know if you can see, on our engine we have 2 alternators down here. You might not see them. Can you see them?
Possibly. Yes, I think so. Yeah.
This one's just like your car battery on your car alternator, so that just charges the battery that runs the engine. But down here, that's a bigger one. It's probably twice the size. So we've got a big alternator on there. So when the engine's running, that'll be sending all of its charge current all the way around the system, and it'll charge up all of our 6 batteries and start putting slices of bread back in for us. And when we're full up, which would take quite a long time, then we could just turn the engine off and enjoy the TV and all the lights for another night. But we do have a second option, don't we?
We do.
Which is on the roof.
Yep.
And our solar panels at the moment, we're having a good morning, aren't we? It's 11:15, blue sky, sun's in the right place. shining on our solar panels. That's then putting energy all the way back through our solar system, which then diverts back to these batteries after it's gone through its solar charger. So these batteries at the moment, even though they're just sat here, they are actually charging up. Now we did have an option, didn't we, of a generator?
Yeah.
So you can, when you actually buy these new, you can get an inbuilt generator which goes behind you over there.
I can't turn around, so
You can't get round there. But behind you, there's all of this space, like from here right to the back of the boat there, is empty on that side. And they can fit in a generator fitted in there. So when the battery sensor gets low, that kicks in by itself and starts up, and you can run your boat off of that and it'll charge the batteries. But you can get external generators, little Honda ones and stuff like that, can't you? We've seen them and you hear them now and again, don't you?
Yeah.
So, and you can plonk that out on the back deck and start that up. If you've got no solar and you don't want to run your engine, it's probably cheaper, and it won't put the hours on your engine, will it?
No. So back in episode 14, we fitted our solar panels.
Yeah, they've done well.
They have.
They're still on.
They are.
It's 500 watts of solar panels, just with 2 panels. And yeah, middle of summer, when we went away, didn't we? We parked up, moored up a week. Didn't start the engine at all. We had all the power we wanted. The batteries were charged by about 11, half 11 in the morning, weren't they?
Yeah.
And we even used a washing machine, everything. And yeah, all the power we were taking out in the day were putting straight back in. So it was no difference being plugged in, was it?
No.
They did good. But we will be making them a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Once we're out on the river properly, we'll have huge solar thing on the front.
So today it's quite sunny, so we will be picking up some solar. These panels are quite good, aren't they? Because they do pick up some solar even on sort of cloudy days.
Oh, they're brilliant panels, yeah. It's a shame they don't make them anymore.
Yeah.
Panasonic took them off the market, which is really sad because they are fantastic.
And they're not too big either, which is quite cool. But we're sat here on our roof.
It's actually really warm, but the roof is freezing.
Lots of people walking past. I know. You can see
our
it
breath a
coming
little bit. It is chilly, but it's lovely in the sun.
So yeah, that's another option for adding power. It's some solar panels.
Green energy.
Yeah.
Free. Here's our distribution panel. That's our battery voltage at the moment. So we're doing all right because you don't want it to really go below 12.2. And it'll take, I mean, that will probably keep going up. Might hit 13 another hour or so because we've got some good sun, haven't we?
Yeah.
So hopefully that will stay up for a bit longer. This is all our 240 switches, like your fuse box that you have just in a house. Exactly the same, breaker switches. So that does all our TVs, sockets, because they all run on 240, don't they?
Yes.
And the kitchen lights, extractor fan, dishwasher, your washing machine. So that's all running on 240. Now the 240 comes from the 12 volt batteries, but it works with this little bit of kit underneath here. This big unit here, this one, is our inverter charger, and that takes 12 volts from the battery, does its magic, and then sends out 240, 230 to the plug sockets, so we can run all normal household equipment.
Yeah.
Even your straighteners.
Yep.
Yeah, so that powers your straighteners, and then when we get back to shore, when we plug in, that will convert then it back the other way from shore power and start charging the batteries for us, all ready for the next time. Yeah, we know some people who've got power packs who are really power hungry boats. I mean, we don't use a lot, do we, to be honest? We're not power mad.
The thing is with that as well, though, you've still got to charge it up somehow.
You've got to charge it up. At the end of the day, yeah, you've still got to... It's all right if you're going to work. I'd take it with me and charge it up at work and bring it back to the boat. But if you're on the boat, you've still got to charge it up.
Yeah.
So it's sort of...
So if you were like working from home or didn't have a means to actually charge it, then...
You've got to charge it from the boat, so you'd have to have your engine running to charge a pack like that to get it back to charge. I mean, it's handy to have it in an emergency.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if at night you were getting low and you didn't want to run the engine, because you shouldn't run it after 8 o'clock at night anyway. It's quite handy, I suppose. You could plug stuff into them.
Yeah.
But again, it's not something we would need.
No.
We don't need it. So we don't use a lot. If I had a built-in generator, then yeah, that'd be fine, because
Yeah.
it'd be diesel. So you'd have the diesel generator underneath the back deck running off of your main fuel tank. So you don't have to store extra fuel, have any extra tanks. It just cuts in when it's needed. You've just got to watch your fuel level in case you run out and you can't move the boat. But that would be nice, but no, I'm not putting it in.
No.
Not when I've looked at the expense of a decent big generator. They're quite a lot to get into the hole.
Yeah.
I did find one.
So yeah, that's just our choice, but some people like to have a
purely
generator.
the fact of, I'd rather put more solar on the roof, try and get as much as we can from that on bad days and not worry about it. Turn the lights off, sit in the dark and watch telly. Watch the little telly. So, he's a lot better today, aren't you? Last week we thought that was it, didn't we? Eh?
Yeah, so
It was
a little update on Bailey.
sad weekend last weekend. We thought maybe that was his time. But he's 14, he's doing well. But now he's on his painkillers. He's done well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's like a little spring chicken again, aren't you, Bailey?
He still has his little wobbles.
Now he looks like he's really arthritic, but
No,
he has
you
been
don't, do
trotting
you?
around all over the place. And his tail is wagging where his tail was not wagging.
No,
at
he
all
was not a
before.
happy bunny.
No.
Were you? Come on. No.
And just one other little update. I did redo the bow doors with the double glazing film, and I've now had success. So I properly fitted the tape this time.
It does work.
And it does work. Yeah, it does work. I mean, we had somebody contact us through Twitter, I think it was, and he gave us the name of a company that will cut perspex to size as well. And he said what he does, another little tip is use magnetic tape, and he fits the perspex during the winter using magnetic tape. So
Yeah.
it's another good
We're
idea
going
as
to
well.
perspex the front doors, aren't we?
Yeah.
So it's a permanent fix, and because the tape will have its shelf life on it,
Yeah.
and it looks all right. But
Yeah.
so we're going to permanently put that perspex in there, because I think we can sit it inside the frame, so it will just look like double glazing.
Yeah, so we might try.
So we're going to try that eventually.
Siliconing it in some
Yeah, put it all in
perspex.
properly, make it look nice, and that's the front doors done, because they don't open anyway, do they?
No,
Like the
no,
windows
don't
don't
open. No, no.
But,
So yeah, so that was good. It did work, which is brilliant. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that little video about power on a boat. Any questions? Obviously pop them in the comments below. And like always, like and subscribe and hit that bell icon. And we will see you next time. Thumbs up. Bye.